I wasn't the one that was late. Just saying. Just saying. Wasn't me. Hi, it's Shiny Head. Welcome to the Shiny Head Show.
Hi.
Huh.
Hey,
There's
snitches get stitches, bro.
I didn't name names. I did not name names.
Don't matter. It's only
Sorry.
you can deduce. It's only a certain amount of people on the show.
It was
listen,
me.
if people can figure it out, that's on them. That's not me.
It was me.
There's something green and sticky on my desk, and I don't know what it is. I'm
Hey,
going to clean it
yo.
real quick.
Ooh.
Relax.
I have no idea what that is.
We off to the.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of FIGGAH, and I am your host, Ace Milo. Joining me tonight, we have most of the crew. We have the maybe late, maybe not, Mr. Brian Brink.
Hey, everybody. Happy hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah, sorry, I was late. Listen, Andor completed last night. I was in the middle of a Rogue One watch, and I just lost track of time. And because it was funny, because I set my alarm to go off at 8:25, so I was like, okay, get your ass up to the room and get in. But it was like right at the scene where Jeddah got destroyed, and like there was all that tension. So
Whoa, whoa,
just
whoa!
little while longer, little while longer.
If you
Wait,
like
let me
that,
hold
if you
on.
like that one, if you like
Yeah.
that one, they made a sequel to it. You might like.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
you should probably check that one out too.
Okay, maybe I will.
Maybe
I
he
have
will.
the-
Maybe he won't.
I have the 4K version of that in we call it in the original studio. It's the 35 millimeter version. So it's like the
Holy
most
smoke.
original. It's like the most original cut. It's only stereo. It just says Star Wars. Doesn't say New Hope. It's like 100 gig file or something crazy like that.
Wow, neat.
How'd you stumble upon that?
Somebody got it and digitized it and put it on the internet.
Somehow he returned, huh? I thought that bit was over.
Somebody returned.
I do have the first time it was released on VHS. I still have that trilogy.
I
I
remember that.
I still have my THX VHSs.
Right. And that THS was still in its sort of original form. They just
Mm-hmm.
Right.
they
It was just
refined the imagery to make it sharper, right? And
in
then
the audio.
yeah, and then there was I still have the version that we taped off channel 11 on
Oh,
VHS.
channel 11.
Yeah.
Was that CBS for you guys? Not CBS.
No.
No,
CBC.
it was Whippix. WPIX. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Actually, to be fair, I'm just saying channel 11 because we record a lot from channel 11. That's one of the good channels we got in clear with the rabbit ears. But
Mm-hmm.
more than likely, it was like an ABC or something.
So
like
wait,
that.
you got New York channels out there?
Well, no, I lived in Plainfield, New Jersey in my Wonder years.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. I'm in Plainfield all the
What
time.
would you do?
I'm in
Are you now?
Plainfield. I'm in Plainfield for work all the time.
Are you going like in like downtown Plainfield? Because you gotta carry a sidearm, and that's a town now. It's
No,
it's
you
rough. All right.
don't. I go through all those freaking cities and they're fine.
Okay.
I go to Trenton sometimes and Trenton's fine. It's all fine. People overreact.
Sure. Yeah.
I've
Going
never
those
heard
back streets of
anyone
Camden once.
use the word "fine" when they're describing Camden, New Jersey, sir.
Yeah.
Ever.
Camden actually, believe it or not, Camden got a lot better.
Well, there's those 5 blocks that are really, really nice by the waterfront.
When you go to NJCC, you're 3 blocks away. and it's fine.
I guess.
Um,
Guess you got a
yeah.
You
point there.
spit, you spit across the road, and you're hitting Camden when you're at NJCC. So
And then the other version of Star Wars I have, they did a DVD release. They all had like gold covers on the
Yes, I
DVD,
had that.
and
Yeah.
mhm.
it was a two DVD set, and they had the original version on one disc, and then the latest version on that disc.
Yeah, I do remember that. And then they came out with the prequel trilogy the same way. And I bought it on
Yes.
DVD.
Yep.
And that was the first
Mhm.
time I saw like there was an outtake letting you know that when they reissued the DVD set, they were putting Anakin in there at the end of episode 6 and all that stuff. It was like a whole bunch of
That's right.
background stuff to it. It's
That's right.
pretty cool.
That's right. And then I have one more DVD set. Actually, it's a Blu-ray set, I'm pretty sure. And it's
Nice.
called The Complete Saga. And it's movies 1 through 6. There's no 7 or 8 or
No
9. It
7.
says it on the cover of the box. Complete Saga. There's no
I
other
don't think that's
movies.
I don't
It's
think
none.
that's complete. Does it have the shows?
Oh, it was complete until they said it wasn't.
That's right. The box says it. Says it right on the cover.
Hmm.
Oh, gotta love it. Got to love it, man. Oh boy, that was a good laugh.
Yeah,
Whew.
we also have Mr. Eric B.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back, guys. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Just
A
got
little bit.
back in from Orlando. Chess
And
was
boy, your
great for
arm's
the
tired.
girl. Oh man, like noodle arms. Um, so my daughters had a chess tournament for Super Nationals out in Orlando, Florida. Got a chance to take them out there, see them at work, and Kennedy's team came in 4th place out of 42 teams, and Savannah's team, which her rating is a little higher than her sister's, came in 9th place out of 39 teams. So I am, and she was playing up. She was in harder competition this go round. So I am immensely proud of them. And then as a extended part of the vacation, we did Universal Studios 2 days in a row. So it was great. Fantastic time, man. But I'm back. I'm back here to talk about some Transformers.
You put a little sauce on that.
Transformers. Can't even
Alrighty.
pronounce the R anymore.
JD is running late. I don't know if he's going to be joining us. So if he shows, he shows. Hopefully he does, but probably ain't going to happen. But
Whoa, all our
we'll keep
layouts
our
are
hopes up.
gone.
Really?
Yeah, all
You
our
broke
custom
StreamYard?
layouts. You know what? I think
All right. I
somebody
got a
was in here
sneaky
deleting
suspicion.
things because they
Yeah.
were getting confused about stuff. Well,
Mm-hmm.
there's a little plus button here. It says new layout, so we'll just go to the DTOF mode real fast, maybe,
Klutski that
Oh, they
thing out,
broke
huh?
and
they
then
broke that.
I will work on. I can't
The
remember what old one
layouts.
looked like, but I'll figure it out.
Dang, that sucks.
No, it's not that bad. It's kind of
Weren't
fun
you
when
guys
you're
on the other
done.
side?
It
We are.
depends. If you're sharing a screen, we go on the other side. But since I'm just making
Oh,
you big camera, then yeah, that's how that works.
oh I'm
So,
Big Spoon.
yeah. Yep.
So
All right,
tonight
we'll get to that one.
we are doing
Hey,
this is
Hey.
the HASLAB 2001 RID car robots Omega Prime. What's his other name? God Convoy, I think is his other name. Depends on how you wanna look at it. But this is the Optimus and Magnus 2-pack that combine into a big robot, and this is the Optimus version. So just a heads up for tonight, we are only doing Optimus. We will do Ultra Magnus and combined mode next time.
all
Because if
right.
we do it all in one show, we will be here till midnight, and I will literally fall asleep at the camp. There's a lot to go over.
Is it really that much?
It's a lot. He's got this mode. He's got a base mode, and he has 2 robot modes. We'll probably skip the base mode. I'll show it off briefly, but he's got 2 full robot modes. We have to talk about the issues, and then Magnus just has the robot mode and combined mode.
If I remember this thing correctly, you could show the base mode right before we combine next time.
Kind of, sort of. There's a couple of pieces you just gotta take off and put them on.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
It's nothing. It's really nothing crazy. So here he is in his fire truck mode. Real quick, they also come with this whole bit of business. So this is the stands. So these are two identical pieces. You get two stands. So if you want to display them separately, you get two of these base pieces, two of these ramps. So if you want to, you can connect them together like this and make one big piece and have a ramp on each side. Or you can split it in half. You can put two ramps on one piece. They'll all connect together. And then you get two of these pieces. This piece is just an adapter because so this is used for this port up here is used for Optimus in either mode, I think. No, this is used for Optimus in his regular mode. This is used for Optimus in his super mode, and then I think this one is also used for the Omega, and then this is used for Ultra Magnus separately. So you would put this in here like that, and that puts the port in the right place for Magnus.
I think you pronounce Omega wrong.
Omega? I'm sorry. I'm not Australian. They also give you two of these real quick. They give you two of these pieces. You only need one. I'm assuming they just gang molded everything symmetrically, so you just get two of them. And they just decided to just give you two of them because they probably just mold them all together because everything's symmetrical. But
so real quick,
be aware they give you two. We don't need. Oh, then real quick, one other thing. There's also these two connector pieces.
Okay.
So to connect them together.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, I'm looking at your arrangement of the stands at this moment. Is this how they are to be oriented?
No, I just threw them.
Both figures at the same time. Or?
No, I just threw them on. These just slide off.
Okay.
So you can combine, like I said, you can make like a base stand out of them, and you can slide this on either way.
Well, it's nice that they made them with the sliding things, because sometimes those clip-in ones, they clip in forever.
And like I said, these pieces, they're just pegs. So well, these are slidey joints, but they're kind of standard for flight stands. And you see these just peg in. So like I said, you can pop the ramps off.
Okay.
You can peg.
Do you recall if the Victory Saber or the Deathsaurus stands are similar and can attach to these at all, or?
Oh,
there's no, because the Deathsaurus one's round and the Star Saber one is symbol shaped, crest shaped.
All right. Well, maybe they'll reserve it for other RED thingy bobs.
There's a little bit of detail on there, some little surface details. There's some 5mm pegs, so you can play with that. He doesn't really need the stand to stand. He's pretty stable in all the modes on their own. But here he is in his fire truck mode. Real quick size comparison.
It works.
He's a pretty chunky boy.
Hey, now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
No, you go ahead. I wonder if you do the same thing.
Before we go too far, I remember having this when it first dropped back in the day. And are the wheels rubber?
No,
the old ones. Oh, they cheaped out.
Well, the rubber ones on the old one were very famous for cracking.
Give me an extra set.
Like Ramen did with their Thunderhawk, right?
Yes.
It's like, here's the missiles for the original one if you still have that.
Yeah. Give me an extra set, man.
To be fair, the original Thunderhawk could probably use a tire replacement too. I think about it.
He rolls okay. I think I might not have it 100% transform probably because this wheel doesn't want to roll. I don't know if that's me or this one does, but this one seems to be stuck a little bit. That might just be.
You don't happen, or have you noticed, or has anyone I guess Hasbro compared it to the original one when they first were advertising this, right?
Overall, the whole set is very similar. They made a bunch of improvements to lock everything together better.
Okay.
I'll try to point them out. I do have an original. I literally can't find it.
I sold mine at JCC.
Wow.
So that's where mine is.
I don't know if it's at my mom's house. I don't know if it's on a shelf somewhere and I can't find it. I looked all over the place. I don't know where it is. So, yeah.
It's gone. My precious is gone.
So,
You
blue
stole
tinted
it.
windows for Brian.
Yay.
He does have the CO1. So for those who don't know, most toys in Japan are numbered in release. You know, their release order. So for Transformers, C is for Cybertrons because Autobots are Cybertrons, and D for Destrons. So he was the first release. So he's Cybertron 001. I believe it also says it on the back. Yes, it does. He is a fire truck. I don't know. He's not. I don't think he's a specific fire truck. I don't know if it's modeled after a real Japanese fire truck or whatever. But he's a fire truck. The fire ladder is very hard ratcheted. It will go all the way around, specifically for transformation. It does extend, which the first time doing it, it's very stiff, so you really got to pull on it. But it will extend all the way out, one ladder length, I guess, so it doubles in size. On the original toy, on the Japanese version, so he was, there was a there was a spring-loaded gimmick where all four of these missiles. So these missiles can move forward. On the Japanese version of the original toy, you would press a button, and these four would flip forward on their own and fire all four missiles at once. I believe on the American version, they did flip forward, but they didn't fire on their own.
That sounds right.
Yes, that is correct.
So on this guy, they are manual. But these are also all 5mm pegs, and the missiles come out. And they are blast effect compatible, so you can stick a blast effect in there and have it look like it's firing out of it if you wanted to.
That's clever.
So, like I said, they're just on swivel, so they all just fold down. The cannon part is pretty heavily detailed. This stuff up here doesn't move. Like that hose up there doesn't move, but these hoses do. And so on the original, these just swung out, but on this guy, they actually ball jointed them. So they actually wiggle waggle all the way around, which is
I think on the original
nice
those were a spring-loaded thing too.
They were.
I think they sprung. I think they sprung with these.
Yeah, maybe.
It's been a while since I messed with them. Like I said, I can't find my freaking. I sold so many. I had so many of those. I had like every version of them. I sold like all of them. I have a loose one that I kept. I just don't know where the frick I left it. So yeah, ball jointed little nozzles there, and everything on here is 5mm ports. So every hole you see, all this stuff is all 5mm. So it's all compatible with blast effects and other weapons and anything you want.
Real quick, the Japanese writing on the side, I just translated it. It says fire truck.
That's in case. Is that in case he forgets what he is?
Maybe.
The one little heads up. These are the light bar. It's two separate pieces. They're just on little peg holes, on little pegs and holes. They do come out super easily.
Does that say Lego on the other side?
No. That would be funny though.
He's like, wait a minute, that looks too familiar.
So these do move. See, like you just moving them back and forth, they do have a tendency to pop off. Just be aware of that. It's not the end of the world, but they are a little bit loose. The other thing he comes with, if you look on this side, in his little seat there.
What is that?
That is Cerebros. Technically, I believe it's the Brave Max version of Cerebros.
Brave Max? Is that from your collection?
That is it comes with it.
It comes with it.
He's on the show. He's on Car Robots.
I don't remember this. All right.
So it's literally just a Brave Max repaint of Cerebros. There's two little pegs in the seat, in the bottom of the seat there, so this actually does peg into that seat.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
could he's in there pretty good. You could leave him in there throughout all the transformations, and he'll probably stay in there.
Good.
Wow.
Safety first. Um, is it a spoiler? Does he turn into someone's head or like? I mean, I saw the head. Is this a headmaster or am I crazy?
I mean, he is. It's literally just a repaint of. It doesn't connect as a head on him.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just that he was in the show, so they give you a
got it.
repaint of. I don't think that was a stretch goal either. I think that was just
Yeah, I don't even remember them mentioning it. Just,
Me neither.
they might not have, to be honest with
yeah.
you. But
They had some extras
otherwise,
around. It was like, here you go.
for the most part, it's very similar to the original. It's just improved in a lot of ways. Like it's just more solid in a lot of ways. It's not as floppy. But questions, comments, concerns before we move on.
Is it painted or molded plastic?
Mostly molded.
Okay.
This silver is painted, and the accents are painted.
Yep.
But I would say it's mostly molded plastic, and obviously all this stuff
Okay.
is going to be.
I didn't know you could store that under there. You do that in the
That's
original too?
that's
Mm-hmm.
not stored. It's part of the
No,
piece.
not
It's
that. The
part
other
of the
thing.
cod piece.
Oh,
The
that.
little.
That thing.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
In the box, just so you know, so you don't freak out when you get it. These fire hose guns on the sides of his combined head, which do stick out, which is faithful to the original. These are stored separately in the box.
Smart.
Same thing with the same thing with his combined ears. I think no. The God Convoy ears or the Omega Prime ears are stored separately. The gold ones. So just be aware of that. They're in the box. They're just in a little plastic coffin separately. But questions, comments, concerns before
One
we
more
move on?
question. Any electronics?
No, they did not put any electronics in any of it.
Did the original have
Wow.
electronics?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. It lit up. It would the signals would go.
I think they did. Yeah, and then he spoke as well.
Oh yeah, he
And
did have a voice
Like
box.
I
and he
said,
did have the
it's been a
woohoo
while, and I
sound.
can't freaking find mine. I'm still
They
looking for it. As I'm talking to you, I'm like looking
yeah.
around trying to see if I see it somewhere. I don't remember what the hell I did with it.
Augie G. So are the 5mm portholes industry standard? Yes, I would say.
They've been standard for a while. Usually it's
Chuck,
either 5 or 3
I
are
gotta
pretty
say this is a
standard.
very densely packed box.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot. All right, are we ready to? Are
Let's
we ready to
bang it.
move on?
Let's
Yeah,
bang it.
yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So we got to unpeg this, and we also have this piece right here. It's symmetrical. So this flap opens up on this side, and then on this side, the other flap opens.
Hmm.
And you have to do that to release it. As soon as you do that, you kind of wiggle everything, and that comes free. We're going to take all of this and put it off to the side. Welcome
Just
to
like the
2000.
original.
Welcome to 2001 Engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can come under here. This is his gun. It stores under there, gives him an extra set of wheels. It just slots in there, nice and secure. You take that, put that off to the side for now. Open up these. We can open up these flaps, and then under here, this is one of the strange things. So you have to come under here and rotate these down. And what these are these cover the insides of the wheels. So we can actually do that now. It doesn't really matter. So this is just creates this wheel detail. Why they didn't just mold it onto the bottom piece, this piece, I don't really know.
Yeah, it's odd.
That is odd.
So you have this extra piece that swings in. Don't really know why they did it that way, but they did.
That's what they wanted.
So that we can come under here and we can crack this open. Now we got to start talking. So if
All
you
right,
have this
let's
figure,
start talking.
if you have this figure and you're just opening it, this is where you want to stop. Okay, you don't got to go any further than this, and you're going to look at the chest. So I don't think I'm giving news to anybody with this, but there's an issue with with some people's chests. So when you get it, you want to take a look here and just check, mostly in the silver, if you see any cracks. So what happened was,
See you rubbing his tummy there.
you rub his tummy. So if you see this gray piece right here, this extends up into the torso. Inside there, it's like a T shape, and then there's plastic ribs that are molded on the inside of this piece, and so they're like this, and then the T piece goes in here, and it kind of frictions against those ribs, and that's where you get. So this piece will collapse and extend, and those little teeth gripping on, like going past that T piece, are what hold it in place. What my guess to what happened was they didn't account for the shrinkage, or it didn't shrink. So when you injection mold plastic, it shrinks. You get about 10% shrinkage. So the molds for these figures are generally about 10% bigger, the pieces, than their final form. So I'm guessing one of these pieces, the plastic, they use a different kind of plastic or a different supplier, or it shrank differently. Maybe because this is very, very dense and this is a little bit thin, and this didn't shrink as much as they thought it was going to shrink. And what I'm guessing, this is just pure speculation, is that they were worried about the tariffs hitting, and they just wanted to get them out. So they just said, assemble it, test it, and the ones that they assembled, because obviously they're going to assemble the figures and test them in house before they run the production. So I'm assuming they started running the production, tested the samples off the line. The ones they tested were fine, and they just said get them out the door as fast as possible so we don't have to pay all this extra money. That's a pure speculation. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's my guess. But like I said, what happens is that piece that rubs against those teeth is too big, or the chest piece is too small, and it's just tolerates too tightly. And what happens is it expands out like that, and it pushes those teeth away, and that's how you get the cracking. Some people are getting broken teeth on the inside, or stress teeth on the inside. It's in red plastic, so red plastic shows stress basically worse than any other color. So what the fix is, so if we come under here and we split the arms.
All right, that chest transforming, that's new. Didn't used to do.
Yeah.
That was weird.
So this is also spring loaded.
Huh.
So these rotate forward, and what you're gonna want to do, if you get yours and it's not cracked, do not compress this. So we're gonna squeeze this like this for robot mode. Do not do that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here, and you're gonna unscrew 1, 2, 3 screws. This piece here will come apart in 2 pieces. There's going to be 2 metal pins that go through there, so you have to give it a little bit of force to pull that pin out. So the pin is like hard shot into one end, and it's loose in this end. It's actually pinned right there. So you just got to put a little bit of steady force, and you'll pull that out. This will come out in 2 halves, and the head will pop off, which is fine. That's right here. Spoiler, that's right in here. So this is on a separate piece, so this will come with it. And then you're going to take out 1, 2. I can't say that one there, that deep one there, 3, 4, and then the 2 right here in these gray pieces. So
wow,
1 there and 1 there.
So that backpack doesn't flip up like the old one does.
No. Nope.
Well, what's that hinge there?
You'll see later.
Okay.
And then once you get those screws out, just a heads up, these 3 screws and these 4 outer screws are all the same screw. The 2 on the gray pieces are shorter. So if you get them mixed up, just put the 2 short ones in the gray piece, and all the rest are the same. Then you'll split this in half, and you'll see the ribs I'm talking about on the inside here, and then that'll give you access to the rest of this with this T piece. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sand on each side of that gray piece, that T piece. You're going to start sanding it away. I use I think 240 grit sandpaper. You do a little bit on each side. It only takes like a 0.5 millimeter on each side, and you're good. Sand it a little bit on each side, And then what I did is I took that front piece, put the T-piece back in it, and I rode it up and down to feel it. Once I felt it smoothly move but still grip, I stopped. That's all you need to. That's all you need. It took
So,
like 10 minutes.
so before when you took it apart the first time, I would imagine you did try to be like, "How's this work?" And you could feel the tension or
Yeah, like
the
if
lack of clearance by trying to
once you
move it.
take this chest piece off and you separate this apart and you put that T piece in there and you take the chest piece and you just feel it and you try to move it, you'll feel you'll feel the resistance and you're like that
Mm,
doesn't feel good. So basically, you just sand each side, try to do it as evenly as you can. Do like 7 or 8 swipes on each side. Put it in, feel it. Do like 6 or 7 on each side. Put it in, feel it. Do like 4 or 5 on each side, and just keep repeating that until it's nice and smooth. Put it all back together, and you're golden.
got it. So, and this is all because Optimus Prime doesn't suffer from shrinkage. Is that right?
That's
You wish.
that's the theory.
Okay. So, like, if they were to
So
make like a Rodimus Prime, he would be perfectly fine because
Oh, I knew it was
shrinkage.
coming.
mhm.
He
Just
could not
checking.
resist. He could not resist.
So it
Continue
does
your
it
thought.
does suck that happens, and that double sucks if yours comes broken. If yours does come broken, contact Hasbro. Apparently, next month they're going to be getting a shipment of more of them. At least that's what it sounds like. They just said keep the one you have, and then they'll send you another one in June, basically.
Got it.
So at least they're stepping up. But again, should you have to fix your brand new $200 or $300 figure that you waited a year and a half for? Fucking of course not. But luckily, it's
Yeah,
a
at least
quick
they're
and easy
making it right.
fix, and they're doing the right thing. If you don't want to fix it, they're going to make it right. Any questions about that before we keep going?
No
No,
questions.
kudos to
Or did
them.
we
Good
cover it?
explanation, Ace. I like it.
So then we're going to continue on by pulling that out, and we're going to split the legs. This
I'll just
piece
say,
here is going to.
for those people watching, stay tuned for a future shelf gravy where I'll probably do this live.
So that's going to
We
wrap
deserve it.
around. That's going to wrap around, peg into there, and then this becomes the front. I'm going to do that again. This swings around. There's a slot right there that pegs around. This just sits. That becomes the front. Comes to the back here. We're going to lift
All right.
these
So
panels,
far, very familiar.
and then this is going to flip around,
Oh, he's got heels. That's
and then we're
new.
going to close this back up, or so he says. So again, flip that up, rotate this around, close that up, flip out
Is
the
that heel
heels.
also die cast?
No, it's plastic.
Oh, it's plastic. Okay.
It goes that way. Oop, that's not closed all the way. Now it's closed. Yeah, there's no die cast on any of this,
Not that it
which
needs
is
it. It just looks like it.
probably for the best because it's got all these damn combined modes.
You know what would be cool?
This is not flat.
If what's diecast made out of? Nickel or zinc
Zinc.
if zinc somehow becomes some kind of rare precious metal to like, I don't know, make the space
Yes.
race work or something.
Probably not.
Dude, shout out to all of us with all of this precious material on our toys would
my
just go
G1
up in value because they'd melt it down to get the
my
zinc.
my G1 stuff would be worth a fortune.
I know, right?
So then we can take the torso now, and now we can compress it. Again, when you're compressing it, don't force it. Just give it a push.
Okay,
Like I said,
quick,
it goes in
next.
when you fix it, it goes in nice and smooth.
Okay, next question. Now, is this supposed to lock in any way and the
No,
shaving
it
of
does
the
not lock.
thing and the okay.
Nope, does nothing. None
So
of that.
if you turn this upside down, his torso is not gonna fly up or all right. Okay, good, got it. Okay.
Tell me when you're satisfied.
All right, we're fine. We're good.
So then we're going to come over here, and we're going to extend this part of the arm, the outside part, rotate it around. That also extends the fist, and we can rotate the fist so it's forward, and then we're going to so when that extends out the fist. We're going to kind of hold everything in place, and then push the red part back until it locks.
Oh, look at that.
So again, pull this out. It's locked in there pretty good. Actually, it's locked in there very good. Why is this one so much tighter than that one?
Because he doesn't like you.
Oh my god, why are you like really in there? Hang on. Let me spudge. Hold on while I spudge this guy.
Okay, that's weird.
There we go. Oh, this one's
Spoiler
like
alert,
really.
there's spudgers in this year's rock box, in case you need one.
Whoa!
I could use a few new ones. Thank you.
So again, rotate the fist, slide back just the red part, so it locks. And then last but not least, we open up this piece here.
Oh,
Hold out the head,
yeah.
close that down, close up the
Ah.
backpack, flip up the little doodads, and that is your Optimus convoy, whatever. Oop, and this is not flat. 1 second. You got to make sure these little panels that the feet are on have to be straight.
Yep, that's even a thing in the original.
So there he is in his base robot mode.
This
Man,
somehow looks less heroic than the original.
The original one, yeah, definitely proportions seem better. This, unless it's your camera angle or something, this is.
Yeah,
woof.
something ain't right.
Dude, those hips don't lie, man. Look at that. Now, granted, we all know these hips are important for another mode that we won't cover tonight, but
2 of them.
the original one, those hips are a little weak, so I can see why they did this.
Yep.
These are not.
Yeah.
These are definitely not. So head is on a ball joint. So we get down to there, up to there, all the way around, and then you get the side to side. The ears are individually rotatable. Actually, they might be pinned together. I might have lied. Oh, I did lie. They are pinned together.
Oh, don't twist them separate then. That'd be trouble.
Shoulders, friction all the way around. Friction out on that joint. But then there is another joint that's ratcheted over here.
Oh.
So you get all that. We get no bicep. So we don't have a bicep swivel, but we have a elbow swivel.
Weird,
but it's fine.
Yeah.
Fist rotate. The fist is static with a 5mm port. You do also get reverse butterfly, technically.
Now, that chest has got to lock in better, right?
It does not.
Really? It has those two thingy bobs there?
Uh-huh. That's for combined mode.
Yes, it is, but yeah, all right. I like the translucent blue, though. The original was like a painted blue. And the paint would chip. It was almost like a vac metal kind of paint on it. And it would chip off. Yeah.
Yep.
Because of that thing you snap into for the combined mode.
Waist swivel, but it does get impeded by the backpack. But we do have pretty good ab crunch.
That's
it
new.
It does lift up when you put it back from the ab crunch. So you do have to push it back down. Hips. Holy crap, hips. So we get forward. See, do you hear this? Hold on.
Mm-hmm. A ratchet?
That is a chunky ass ratchet. So straight out. We do get impeded by the backpack. You can unpeg it.
Oh, it does lift up.
Oh, that'll get you. Oh, that'll also get you the rest of the waist rotation. What am I saying? You do have to unpeg the backpack to get the rest of the waist.
All right, Nate, real quick. When you're done, when you get to a stopping point, let me know.
Full all the way back. If you move the backpack out of the way, outward, the ratchet's not quite as strong, but we do get pretty much 100 on the Van Dam. Might be a touch short, like a couple degrees shy. No. Oh, we do have a thigh swivel, which is pretty stiff. You do get a knee swivel, which is really good transformation, but you can use it. Single bend knee, little shy of 90, most of the way there, but it is short of 90. And then the feet, you are on ball joints, but there's a bunch of molding up in there, so you don't really get a ton up. You get about that far up, that far back, and you do get a okay tilt, not the best. Go ahead. What's your question?
The backpack, I saw you lift it up. Does it go up any more than what you did?
It goes up to there.
Okay, so that's still not enough to not have to take it apart to take the
No, you
rest
have
of
to
it
take
apart.
it apart.
Okay.
It's you have to. There's no
Okay.
That
way around
sucks.
it.
Paul R says this is HasLab. Does it not present well on camera? No, Paul. Yeah, it's a known thing that HasLabs are like vampires. They just don't work very well in front of cameras or mirrors as well. Yeah. If
He can
you
hold his gun just fine.
if you hold just if you're watching this on your phone, hold up to a mirror, you won't see anything. You just see Ace's hands.
What am I playing? What am I playing with?
Hey, yo, relax.
The gun does have a 5mm port, so you can stick whatever you want in there. Hey yo.
Goofy gun. I had no idea that that could be a fifth wheel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
But that is the base robot in a nutshell.
So, Daltinian, yes, you are late. Rewind to the beginning. Ace totally took this apart and fixed it right on camera if you want a
I did.
tutorial. No, I'm kidding. He went through it all, though, and he took his apart and fixed it before he caused any damage. And so, yeah, lots of tips and tricks. Keep your screws organized.
Banging with Ace.
All right.
So he's not a small dude
No.
in the base mode, in the base robot mode.
He's bigger than I expected. I'll take it.
Questions, comments, concerns before we move on to super mode.
Wow, Daltinian said his worked perfectly right out the box.
Hey,
You know what that
you got
means,
lucky.
Daltinian? Yours had the proper shrinkage. We talked all about this.
We did. I think he knows all about shrinkage. Hey
Hey.
yo.
Hey man,
Yeah,
some of us are growers, not showers.
Yeah.
I was in the pool.
I was in the pool. So he's fine. It's pretty faithful, but it's got goofy proportions because the original kind of did. But he has to be goofier to keep to support the weight and everything, and
No,
actually
Paul,
be.
this is not super mode. There's another mode that's super, and then you get to Omega
Mhm.
mode after that. Hey, this is something else. Daltinian said no cracks and no yellowing on Magnus. Is this the thing?
The original Magnus does yellow like a best.
Oh, but this HasLab? Daltinian, explain. Is people
Not that I
talking
know.
about
Not,
yellowing in the HasLab already? I'd like to know.
I think he's talking
not that
about
I
the
know of.
original. He's got an
The original
original somewhere.
yellows. The original does yellow like a bastard. Yeah, the only thing that's weird to me in this mode, he does have very, car robot. Or he does look very car robot because he is, but those holes up there, they could. I feel like they could have hid them a little bit better.
Yeah.
It does look a little bit weird, but other than that, it's fine in this mode. It's not really where he shines. I don't know anybody who's gonna display him like this.
Or people. And they ain't watching tonight.
So I will admit, as an Optimus Prime collector, I did have three versions, or three. I had three of them.
3 copies or 3 versions?
Yeah,
There
three
were different
copies.
versions.
Oh, well, I did
You
have
have
the American version, I had the Japanese version, and then I
you have
bought a single cab of one on eBay that was a junker. that I used for the combined mode. That way I could have Optimus
no,
displayed in all 3 modes when I was a crazy man. And then I determined that, what the hell? I don't collect robots in disguise. I don't care about this. Of course, here I am with an Omega Prime HASLAB right behind me. But hey,
no,
Such
no
like
Costco version.
there was a thing.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No Costco version.
No, there was the yellow version, right? Is that the one you're
Uh huh.
talking about?
Yes, I
Yeah,
am.
there was a yellow version.
It was a
Yeah.
girl.
Was it now?
Really?
There was a female version.
Okay,
All
update
right.
from Daltinian real quick. Maybe we'll cover this in the next show too, but the ARM panels on Ultra Magnus have been reported to start yellowing since they're that
It's not
palm or
Palm PLAM. It's
nylon.
Palm P. It's
Palm.
not Palm PLM. Actually,
Palm.
it's Palm POM. Palm, not
That's right.
Palm. Palm.
Palm. Palm
Get it straight.
shrinkage. It all goes together.
All right, so we can hide those. We can hide the head.
Oh, there's more.
I'm trying to remember. I believe we got to extend these out,
Oh.
and then we're going to take the shoulders here, and we're going to tug
Whoa.
to extend those out. Then we're going to take him and extend that out, and then we're going to take this bit here and flip that in. Actually, we got to do it. You kind of got to do it halfway down.
Yeah, that was a part of the original toy, though, right? The gut fillers.
No, nope.
No, yeah, we didn't have gut fillers.
Mm.
But we did have those weird tabs, though. I wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, now
Which is
So
what
that's
made me
gonna-
think we had them.
Yeah.
Oops, this should actually peg in. Why are we not pegging in?
You're a pig.
Did you
There we
shave
go.
the pegs off? No. Okay.
No. We're gonna go. We're gonna do that, and then I believe he. Oh, and then we're also going to flip
Hey,
the.
Ace, I'm sorry,
the
real
heels
quick. If you, I like this proportion a little bit better, even for the regular Prime. I think.
You can do whatever you want with your toy.
Okay, I think I
I'd
will
agree.
do what I want. All right.
I agree with you, Brian. This looks
So
way better.
we're gonna take that, and we're gonna put that to the side. Then we're gonna take this, and we're just gonna start peeling off parts. This comes off. This comes off.
Yeah. Ooh, a flippy part. Ooh,
That
yeah,
comes
two
off.
flippy parts.
This comes off. We'll put this to the side for a minute. We'll focus on these. So for these, we're gonna take these bits. So real quick, the base mode is basically you take this, you stand up this bit of business, you flip out these panels like that. I'll pull it back. Oop. You drop everything on. You make it fall back. Oh my god! I think the support thing fell. You fold. Yep. 1 second. Yep. I lost my.
We need
lost
one
my
of those
stabilizer.
bumpers that they have. It's like pardon our appearance or something, technical
Oh,
difficulties.
pardon our dust.
Yeah.
You basically just take that like that, right? And you fold this bit down. You can flip out the guns and everything, and then you take these bits and you kind of just flip them around like that, and you put these like this, and you like attach this to this, and basically like that's a base mode.
Great.
It's nothing. It's nothing special. That's why I'm not even bothering to show it. Then we also, while we're here, we're going to. This is going to come out. This comes out super easily. I'm just going to take that out for now because it's going to get in the way.
So I
That's
like that because in the
Mhm.
original toy it was in there, and I actually unscrewed mine so that I could display Optimus without the damn ladder on them. But
Hmm.
And then we're going to pull that piece off, put that to the side, take this, split that in half.
Yes, I remember this now.
2001 engineering, people.
Yeah.
So we're going to take this bit of business. We're going to flip this out.
Wait, before you do that, Ace, can you put these on his shoulders as those like weird shoulder pad rocket
We're
launcher
getting
things?
there.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
yes. You can do that with these. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
You flip these. You flip this in. I think you flip that down, and then you just take this It's part of base mode.
Right. Right.
And you just
Yeah.
peg that on like that.
Mm-hmm. That was cool back in the day. The display options.
Mm-hmm.
So you flip in the wheels, you flip out the toes, you flip this panel up, flip this out like that. We do that again. So flip out the toes, flip in the wheels, flip up this panel, flip up this panel. And those are his feet. And we're going to take the feet. So you can see that there's these groove bits in here, and that's what's going to lock the feet in. And then that peg right there goes into that screw hole right there, which is also a 5mm peg. Because of the ankle tilt on this guy, when you put him in, a lot of the times the ankle's going to want to go this way and not lock in. So you kind of want to angle it that way. And then also this it's not a triangle, it's a
It's a
parallelogram,
Trapezoid.
trapezoid. That's going to fit into the. You can see that there's a cutout on the side of his foot there. Go focus. So there's a corresponding shape in there, so that's going to mate up with that. So it all lines up. It all kind of locks together. So you just want to do is you want to line that up. Might have to do it off camera because it's a little bit fiddly. See, just putting it in. I don't know if you can see that. To see the foot's angled the wrong way now.
It angled in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, very easily to angle it the wrong way.
It's funny.
Especially when
It's
you're
like
doing it on the camera.
they work
There
on
you go.
this for like a year before the HASLAB, and then they build. It's like,
And then we're going to take this piece, and that's going to peg into the front there and lock in there. And that's what holds the foot in. So we're going to do that again on the other side.
And you'd think, Brian, that they would have been able to engineer a stopper or something like they know.
yeah, they were like, there's got to be a better way.
Mm-hmm.
They've only been making transformers for 40 years.
Plug that in. Plug in the front part to there.
Well, he got
And
that second one in pretty good, so there you
yeah.
go.
That is the lower half done. Why are you not? I don't have something. There we go. The knee wasn't all the way. So then we're going to take. We'll take these. I already started doing it, but take these, flip them inside out, and then you'll see that they also have a combined hand. Make sure you get the right one on the right side. So you just flip it inside out, and then rotate the hand that way. So this gun is going to be on the outside of his wrist. 2 ports, 2 pegs, peg it on, and then just wrap it around. It's going to kind of peg all the way around. Much like the original, the inside piece doesn't peg in. It just kind of sits there like that. It covers like 90% of it. There's like a little bit of a gap right there.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world, but it's a thing.
On the original, I don't even know if there was an inside piece. I can't remember.
There might not have been.
I remember playing with it, dude. When I got this, I was already out of college, and I remember playing this thing. It's like, dude, you can put gloves on them. That's freaking cool.
So these pieces can technically go on either way. They're the same except for the Autobot logo. So if you want the Autobot logos more forward, you put them that way. If you want them facing the back, you put them that way. I'm partial to them being forward, so I'm going to put them forward. So you just peg that onto the shoulder, wrap this around. It's going to peg in. There's a couple of slots here and there. And you can see there's 2 peg holes. You're only going to use one of them, but they're symmetrical, so that's why they can go on either side. So you peg it into the back one, squeeze that around. Now he's got his shoulders.
Neat.
And then we take this piece, and we're going to straighten it out. And then we're going to. So there's going to be actually going to leave these gray pieces up for now. And then what's going to happen is there's 2 slots on the top here and here, and they're going to go into here and here. And then this clip here is going to go into this chest. So this is a lot easier to do without the hose on.
The ladder.
What you're going to do is just, I'm sorry, the ladder, yes. So you just kind of got to fiddle with it until you find where it goes. It's also going to line up these 2 grooves right here in the backpack. It's red plastic, red on red. It's hard to see, but there's a groove right there, and then this gray tab is going to settle in that groove.
2 grooves.
Like that. See how it's lined up in that groove? Then you can close those those two gray pieces down. They just sit like that. Kind of hold all this down because it does take a little bit of force to clip that in. So give that a good squeeze. This bit of business is just going to sit there. Take his head. So you can leave his head like that, but it looks absolutely ridiculous. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to push the head down, and where the other head clipped in, there's now a cavity, right? Because that's where the extension piece is. So you're actually going to push the head down into that cavity a little bit, and that
Oh,
sits the
that's slick.
head. That sits the
Interesting.
head where it should be. So it's kind of down like that, if that makes
Yeah,
sense, like the
you
panel.
don't see that every day. That's neat.
And then
So
we can take
I guess the
we can
head's
take
on
the
that
ladder.
crazy neck so that in base mode you can like push it all the way down, I guess.
You're gonna put the ladder like that. Like you don't have to unpeg this. It's just a lot easier, especially when you're behind the camera. You peg that on there, and that is your Optimus in super mode.
Oh, not only that, the ladder's directly behind him, whereas in the
Right, it's
original
not
it's
on an
kind of
angle
like,
like a
yeah,
like a sword, like a scabbard almost.
yeah.
You can take the little gun. You can't exactly hold it anymore. Like I said, he's scattered with 5mm ports. If you want to plug it into a 5mm port, you're more than welcome. If you want to store it, there is a smaller hole on the side of the gun, and there's a smaller peg there. It's not 5mm. It's probably 2 or 3, and you can peg that however you want onto that peg.
All right.
You can peg it that way. You can peg it that way. Whatever your heart desires. Kind of looks better that way. And there he is, all combined up. So first of all, standing him in a slight A stance, right? He's not perfectly stocked up and down. He's one click out. The bottom of the hose there does not touch the floor.
Oh,
It actually is above the desk there. You can rotate this out and up, and that will give you more clearance. So if you want to have him in a more dynamic pose without I guess with or without the stand, you can flip that up to get some more clearance. But if you're just having him kind of in a basic minimal A stance, that will clear.
hey, the ace in the front part by the waist are those translucent things over the
Those,
pins?
yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
Yes, there are pins behind there.
That's neat.
So the head, let's run through articulation. So like I said, we're already an hour in, and all we got so far is Super Mode Optimus. So to do all of Omega and the combined mode would be easily another hour and a half. Head is on a ball joint with a swivel, so you will start hitting these hoses. Like I said, these are separate in the box, so just make sure you don't miss them. So they won't be on him he comes in truck mode, and these will not be on the head. They just peg in. I'll pop one off for you. They just peg in like that.
You know, I gotta say I'm happy that they kept those vac metal.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how they kind of vac metal the eyes on not only this mode, but the other mode as well.
The mode of which we shall not speak until it's.
Well, the mode that we saw earlier.
Oh, okay. So the head is on a ball joint with a hinged base. So you get kind of sort of all the way around. Like you have to kind of lift it up to get all the way around because of the back of the guns. And you kind of have to lift it up a little bit to clear these red bits there with the guns on. But he does get all the way around. He gets down to there, up to there, not a lot up. And you do get plenty of wiggle waggle. The guns, like I said, just peg in so you can have them any which way you want. Shoulders are exactly the same. Elbows are exactly the same because they're the same as the regular mode. The hands now we have wrist rotation again, but we have a individually posable thumb, and then the fingers are all kind of locked together in one piece.
Still got the
They
typewriter
are,
fingers.
yeah, they are kind of hose hands or gun fingers, whatever you want to make them. And like I said, you do also get this gun on the side, and the barrel does pivot.
Oh, pivot barrel.
So you can kind of do
I
whatever you
I
want
mean,
with it.
there's 5mm ports on the outside of his hand there.
Correct. Yep.
That's
Like I
dope.
said, he's loaded with 5mm ports. And you also do get in and out at the wrist.
Wow.
Waist is exactly the same. You still get ab crunch. Stuff might come on pegs. Let's see. No, you still get ab crunch. None of this flap actually pegs into anything. It's just the skirt kind of hangs out there. Hips are the same, knees are the same, and now just for the feet, you get on the toes. Technically, they can go all the way in. You get a little bit up, and then you get the toe. Actually get a little bit more. It has a little detent there, and then the toe itself should be able to pivot somewhat. It should be able to move a little bit. There it is. So you do get also some individual toe tilts. It
That's
should
cool.
go basically all the way. Well, it goes most of the way. And then you get, that is a stiff joint. That gray piece on the inside is this same plastic. Just a heads up. So, and you do get a new ankle tilt, and it's kind of like over here. He does not come with any guns or anything for super mode, which is a little bit unfortunate.
Oh, I mean, he's got gun fingers.
Sure.
Does that ladder thing, by any chance, can he bring that over like a bazooka or anything like that? Or I can't remember if that was a thing.
I thought
I'm
it
pretty
did
sure
go
he
behind his
used it
head.
as a weapon. Well, in the original one, it was this way.
Right.
On his back, so he could. This one, yeah. See, the only problem is this ratchet is so strong. Like I said, it's easier just to pop it out and manipulate it. I have a feeling it's gonna. Oh no, he can. It's close. Like he's gonna bump his noggin. But let me hold on.
Oh boy, there it is.
You can do that,
Yeah.
and you can have everything come out and have the guns flip forward. And like I said, you can also leave Cerebros in there if you want the whole time, and it's fine.
He could
I've
be like his
transformed him, and it stays
conscience.
in there. Sure.
No, Optimus, don't do that. Do this.
And what's cool is in this mode, you do also get, I forgot to mention, you do get a pretty good
Holy
reverse
smokes.
butterfly.
Yeah.
That should set up
Because
some good poses.
those arms are extended now. You know, we pulled them out, so now we got extra room. So you do get a really good reverse butterfly. The only other real gimmick or whatever you want to call it in this mode is if you lift this little piece of his chest up, he has his little bitty matrix.
Yeah.
That does come out, although
Really?
it is extremely hard to get it out. In fact, I don't even know. Oh no, it's not that hard. I thought it was a
Barely
lot
any
harder.
convenience.
I lied.
Super easy.
So you can take it out. And it's clear green plastic with a little bit of paint on it.
I mean, it seems like a standard shape. Does he swap matrices with people or anything, or in the show?
No, man, that
Hey,
goes
what
in
he does,
sound wave chest, bro.
what Optimus does on the weekends is none of my business. I'm not here to judge. But yeah, I love this mode. I think he looks gorgeous.
Yeah, looks good.
Just to see how much bigger he got. If Optimus would stand, there you go.
Dang.
So he grew a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just a tad.
So he is very 2001. Style wise and engineering wise, it's just more updated. Like the leg, all these bits, the legs actually stay connected. Everything on him stays connected extremely, extremely well. Nothing feels floppy. Nothing feels loose. The only thing that feels a little bit loose and floppy is the way this head and the chest pegs in. Mostly because, like I said, when you manipulate this, it does have a tendency to lift up off of here. This piece on his chest is super sturdy, but since these are just pegs going down, when you put force up on it, it unpegs them very easily. So that's just something to be aware of.
This thing looks freaking cool, man. In this
It's
mode specifically.
probably the only flaw I have with him.
Yeah. Besides the obvious thing with the slider or whatever.
Yeah, having a repair.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just in this mode.
Oh, I got you.
Because there's plenty of flaws with the little robot mode. He's weird looking and limited. But like this fixes all of that. But yeah, he's super fun. He's super cool looking. Oh god, I haven't seen Orgasmo in a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
That's where they have a band. Trey Parker and Matt Stone have a band called DVDA. It comes from that movie. And I'll let you look it up what it stands for.
Okay.
It involves sexual intercourse.
I have an idea.
Okay, good. I'm glad. But yeah, this thing is fantastic. Like he's really cool. Like I said, you really don't need the stand. In Omega mode, the stand can be helpful, but again, he doesn't really need it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see like you see how sturdy he is. He's got big.
I mean, it still keeps the ab crunch, like the waist swivel. I didn't see you do that. Is it still keep his waist swivel?
Yep.
Right,
you just have to lift this up out of the way to get it.
Yeah, you can get some really good poses.
And you also have to move this bit out of the way, but he can get it all the way.
That's crazy. Looks well done, man.
But this is super well done. It's very 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 nice. I almost like this more than Omega mode. In fact, I might like it more than Omega mode, to be honest with you. At least looks wise and presentation wise. I might actually like it overall better. But that's just me.
I dig it.
Same.
But yeah, he's super cool. This is extremely well done. It is a shame about the issue, but at least it's easy to fix by yourself, and if you don't want to fix it, at least they're taking care of it. Again, you shouldn't have to do that to a brand new toy that you just waited a year and a half for and spent a bunch of money on, but it is what it is, and at least, like I said, it's fixable, and if you don't want to, they're going to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of brutal. I mean, especially, I think Hasbro got these on the water probably before.
Yeah, May 2nd.
That's why
before the big tariffs hit, but if like they had to then get everybody to pay everybody to ship the stuff back to them, and then also pay the factory to make more, and then geez, God, what a horrible financial situation that is for them.
Originally, they were asking for them back, and then some people emailed them, and they started saying not to send it back. Don't take that as gospel. Like if you have it cracked, if yours is cracked, email them. Don't just say, oh yeah, they're just going to send me another one. They're not going to send you another one unless you email them first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go through the process.
I mean, they only need to send you the core Optimus, right? They don't.
Correct.
Okay.
Technically, all they got to send you is that red chest. Oh no, you would also need. I don't know if that piece needs to be changed too.
Yeah.
You would have to the gray piece. I don't remember if that's screwed or pinned.
Yeah.
If that's pinned in, if that gray piece is pinned in, then I couldn't see them telling you to pop a pin.
Well, also too, a lot of times they don't want to send you the thing and then say, here's how you take it apart and fix it. Sometimes they just
replace everything. I'm used to the third party stuff where it's like, oh, this piece broke, and then they send you the pieces. They pop the pin out and fix it yourself. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually, I had an issue with the Fans Toy Silverbolt because I dropped him off my desk and broke him, and I worked with Hanny, and they sent me everything that was already pinned together and only the parts that I could disassemble.
For the most part, for the most part, I when I get stuff from third parties, that's how I get it. But like when we did the Darkwing or whatever, and I have the piece right here, and they sent me this bit that was pinned.
Yeah,
I had to pop the pin out. That annoyed me, but at least they sent me the piece and I was able to fix it. But yeah, this guy, this is really cool. Like I said, we're gonna do Magnus and combined mode next week. Combined mode is mostly we got. I'm pretty sure, actually, yeah, we take literally everything off that put him in super mode. So you're
Except
gonna
for the feet.
rebuild that.
Oh no, the feet
No, the
too.
feet.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
no, the feet too. So I'm gonna rebuild that piece, and we're just gonna have him in the core bot again.
Okie doke.
But yeah, we'll do Magnus. Both modes of Magnus, and then we'll do combined. He doesn't change a ton. He's even more similar to the original toy. It's just they did some quality of life upgrades, and he's a lot more stable.
Mm.
But
Oh boy,
I don't
here we
know.
go.
Tip.
You know what? I think his grill arms might kind of sort of get in the. Oh no! I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon.
All right, let's see if he can pull this off. I mean, he should with that reverse elbow. I mean, a reverse butterfly. Should be a no-brainer.
Hold on. I think his bulky elbows might be. It's close. He can
I say
smell
we
what the
give
rock
it
is
to him.
cooking. He can definitely smell what the rock is cooking, and then if he shoots it off with his hose fingers, it gets. I don't know. It's pretty close. It's not 100% there, but it's pretty damn close.
Oh boy. Dropped a viewer for
Yeah.
that.
They're like, all right, enough.
And like I said, you can keep him in here. It fits. If he fits, he sits. And like I
It
said, you
just
can leave
looks
him in
like
there
at
if you
this
want.
point that, and he's no longer sentient. Like he's being controlled by that little thing in the background.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what Japanese people like. And
Yeah, no.
this is the Japanese design.
What do they know?
Hey, look, Japanese, they know you don't want sentient robots. It's trouble.
Correct. That's nothing but
Got to
trouble.
maintain control. Remember, they've been around thousands of years before for our society. They know what's best.
You're not
All
wrong.
right. Questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
Yeah, I think this is the right move because we're already going to be at close to an hour and a half, and like I said, we haven't even started Magnus yet.
Yeah, let's
So
get moving.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more to do with him. So, all right. Did we get the chat?
Yes, sir. All right, Augie, first one in the building today. Hey, we missing a couple of normal guys for the
Yeah,
first
Toy
spot.
Mafia's not here.
Toy
What's
Mafia,
happening?
no Kenny A. What's going on? Must be hockey or something going on tonight. Basketball.
Maybe people are catching up on Andor.
Yeah, that's a thing. Tell me about it. We got Wolfie. Wolfie joined. Pool 555. Scott Rod was in the
Kale.
building. Oh, that's Kale. What's up,
Yeah.
Kale? Paul R dropped in. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Daltinian, good to see you, man. It's been too long. Hope to see you soon here. And that is it, guys. That is it for the chat squad tonight.
Oof. I guess the HASLABs aren't bringing the boys to the yard.
It's summertime, man. People outside.
They
I
fucking
even
rain
put
like
it in the
crazy here
title.
today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my power was going to go out. My neighbor's power went out because I heard the generator go on.
Yep.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. All right, let's do some way yes. We'll get out of here, Mr. Brink. Yeah.
At Drinkalizer on Instagram, and let's see, hanging out in their own Facebook group. Next Shelf Gravy, I guess next week. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll try to mod this Prime. I had another project I wanted to work on for kit bashing some NECA figures, but I'll do this instead.
Ooh,
Do you
hey,
have
make sure you shoot me a note when that happens.
Okay.
Do you have sandpaper?
I have a oscillating tool that came with sandpaper attachments
Okay.
that I could use. I'm not going to use a tool, no.
You just be like, oh, the piece is gone.
Yep. The
It's
dust.
just a pile of dust. It's just a pile of dust now.
Yeah. I'm just going to
Like
use
I said, I use
attachment.
like 240-ish, 300, somewhere in that range. Don't do anything lower than like 180. And then you'll just start chewing it up. You want to keep it smooth. Is that it for you?
That's it.
All right. Mr. Eric B, where you at?
You can find me in my bed in about 10 minutes. You can find me on Instagram, Mr._EatUp82, Facebook, Eric Burgess. Find me at BotCon coming up here soon. Don't forget the toy drive is going down at BotCon this year. We'll send out an official flyer Monday on this coming ETR to talk about details for that. But I need to get with Pinkerton and Brink here pretty soon to work out some more details as well. But that's pretty much it for me, man. Kennedy's Village on all of your social media platforms. Kennedy'sVillage.org, where we are bridging the gap between sickle cell research and care. Ace.
I am at Ace Marlowe pretty much everywhere, although I'm not really on socials that much no more. But add me on Steam if you play PC games. I don't have like anybody on Steam, so it'd be nice to have somebody to play something with at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for us tonight. Rockbox is hopefully you got your Rockbox.
Yes.
Those pre-orders are closed.
Everything's been ordered.
Tariffs, man. Tariffs are a thing. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching live. Thanks for watching Answer the Facts, and we will catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.
Say it with me now. Really?